Good evening, all of you. In the last session, we had discussion related to EC2 instance, and we discussed how to launch one EC2 instance with Amazon 2 Linux. Right. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. So it is used to create the virtual machines. We can also call it as instances. Right. When we are using EC2, we no need to purchase physical computers for our infrastructure. As many instances you want, you can take from the AWS. AWS is giving 1 year services free with 750 hours usage of every month. Like that, you can use the EC2. So yesterday, I have launched EC2 instance with AMI. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. So that means the free configured systems are already available with the micro instances, micro type I am using. Micro types are nothing but free tier eligible, and I have taken one instance. For that, we have the default 8 GB space. If you want more space, you can add it by using EBS. Up to 30 GB you can add by using EBS. We can add the tags also, key value pairs we can add for the EC2, and we can configure the security groups with the ports to allow the traffic for our EC2 instance. We can configure the ports also. SSH port will be running on the 22. RDP port will be running on the 3389. HTTP port will be running on 80. HTTPS will be running on 443. So these are the port numbers that we have to remember. And when we are creating EC2, it is giving a key pair. We have to download that key pair for security purpose. Using that key pair, we can connect to the EC2. Public key, private key will be available. Connect to the EC2 using PuTTY. PuTTY is a SSH client to connect with the EC2. And I have given you a task to create the two EC2 instances and launch a static website in that EC2 by using web server. Are you guys able to do that task? Are you guys able to do that task? Yes or no? Right. We already created one EC2 instance. I asked you to create another EC2 instance also. So total 2 EC2 instances I want. Total 2 EC2 instances I want. Total is 2 EC2 instances I want for our application. Got it, guys? Fine. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, good, guys. Fine. So what we want to discuss today is we want to talk about auto scaling. We want to talk about a concept called auto scaling. Okay, right. We have created EC2 instance. We have created EC2 instance by using AWS. Now we want to launch one static website by using web server. Right. First of all, what is web server? What is web server? Can anyone tell me what is web server? Web server is used to run web applications. What is a web server, guys? Web server is used to run web applications. Web server is used to run web applications. Web applications contains web pages with the HTML files. Right. Web server is used to run web applications. Now, in our EC2 instance, we are installing one web server to run web application. In EC2 instance, we will install web server to run web applications. Here, I'm going to take one EC2 instance, guys, which is having a Linux operating system. I'm going to take one EC2 instance. EC2 instance. All right. Now, in this EC2 instance, I'm going to install one web server. I'm going to install one web server. What is the purpose of this web server? This web server is used to run web application. This web server is used to run web application. Now, you see that you are able to access Ashok IT website. That means Ashok IT website is running in one web server. In some cloud platform, Ashok IT website is running. In some computer, in some server, Ashok IT website is running. That's why you are able to access that application. This is my website. You are able to access your website. This website contains several HTML files. This website contains several HTML files, and you are able to access that website by using that URL. That means that website is running in some server. Now, our website will be available inside web server. That web server will be installed. That web server will be installed inside the EC2 instance. When we have a web server installed in the EC2 instance, we will call it as a server. Now, here in Amazon Linux or in the Ubuntu, in the last time we have used Ubuntu OS. In the Ubuntu OS also we installed Apache 2 server. Apache 2 is one web server. Apache 2 is a web server which is used to run the web application. Now, similarly, here also we are going to install one web server. It will have some IP address like this. So this is the IP of my instance. Now this instance, can I call this instance as a server instance? Can I call this machine as a web server now? We can call this machine as a web server. Because inside this machine we are having a web server. That's why we are calling this machine as a web server. We can call this machine as a server also, or a web server or a server. We can call this machine as a server. Inside this server, we can run our website and people can access our website. We are going to configure a security group for our instance. We are going to configure one security group for our instance. What is the purpose of the security group? To allow incoming traffic and to allow outgoing traffic. To allow incoming traffic and outgoing traffic, we are going to configure a security group. To allow the incoming traffic and outgoing traffic, we are going to configure a security group. Whatever the request is coming, that should be passed through security group, then only it can reach our EC2 instance. That EC2 instance is acting as a server. Because in the EC2 instance, I have a web server. That EC2 instance acting as a web server. In order to access that web server, we need to be passed at the security gate. That is a security group. We are configuring the security group and we need to pass through that security group. That security group will contain inbound rules and outbound rules. Can you tell me what is the difference between inbound rule and outbound rule? Can you tell me what is the difference between inbound rule and outbound rule? Inbound rule means what traffic we need to allow. Outbound rule means what traffic we need to allow outside, what traffic we need to allow inside. Inbound means who can access our EC2. Outbound means what our EC2 can access. Who can access our EC2 and what our EC2 can access. That is the outbound rule. Like this, we are going to configure inbound rules and outbound rules for our security group. All right. Guys, do you understand? When you will call EC2 as a server, if your EC2 contains a web server, then we can call that machine as a server. Inside that server, we are running one web application. All right. Now, my requirement is, I have created one EC2 instance in the last session. I just want to start that EC2 instance. And I want to connect to that instance by using putty terminal. Putty is using SSH protocol. Our EC2 is also having a SSH protocol. By using this, we can connect to our EC2 instance. Let's go for our putty. Let's go for our putty and connect to our putty. Already we have that VM. I'm loading that. Yesterday. I have saved it, guys. Yesterday I have saved it. See here, we no need to type that every time. I have saved our instance details in the putty. So what is the name I have given yesterday? AWS DevOps VM. Click on load. It loading my IP. It loading my key file also. It is loading my key file also. Appearance is already available. It is saved there. If you want, you can change that appearance. Bold 20 is already there. Click on open. Now I'm connecting to that EC2 instance by using my putty. I'm connecting to that EC2 instance by using my putty. Okay. 1 second. Maybe
I think
IP,
public
yeah,
IP got changed.
IP got changed. IP got changed, guys. Right. Take this public IP. Take this public IP. Now go to putty. Go to putty. Give this IP address. Give this IP address. Go to SSH auth browse. Give the key pair. Appearance. Change this appearance to bold with the 20 font. Right. Click on open. Now it is accepting. My IP got changed. EC2 user. Yes, I'm able to connect to the EC2 instance. You can check who am I. I'm a EC2 user. That is my username. My present working directory. Currently, I'm in the EC2 ls-l. Yesterday, we created one file demo.txt. That's fine, guys. Now, I want to install one web server to run my static website. I want to install my web server to run my static website. Okay. So in order to install any software, do we need the root permissions or not? Come on, guys. Sudo su, which is going to make you as a root user. Once you connected as a root user, once you logged in as a root user, then before installing anything here, we need to update the existing package. That I'm doing by using sudo yum update-y. Sudo yum update-y, which is used to update the existing packages. Yum command is used to update the existing packages in this Amazon Linux. Okay, when you go for Ubuntu, we are using apt. To update the existing packages or to install the softwares. Here we are using yum command. Now I want to install one HTTPD server, that is a web server. Sudo yum install -y HTTPD. That is one HTTPD server, that is a web server I want to install in my machine. Now enter. That server is getting installed, which is a web server. Why we are installing the web server? To run web application. Web servers are used to run the web application. Once the server is installed, you can check the information yum info httpd. Which HTTPD server we installed? Size is 4.1 MB. Repository installed from Amazon to core. It is a Apache HTTP server. This is the URL of this server. This is the license. This is Apache HTTP server is a powerful, efficient, and extensible web server. This Apache HTTP server is a powerful, efficient, and extensible web server. Finally, we installed this web server. Now, I want to change that index.html file. Do you know where the index.html file available? We hosted our static website. Where? www.html. I'm just changing my present working directory. currently I'm in the HTML folder, ls-l. What is the ls-l in the HTML folder? Index.html file. Let's create that file. Echo. I'm creating it as my website one. My website one. I'm going to create that by using index.html. Now ls-l. Can you see that index.html file is available? What is the content available in that? Cat index.html. What is the content available? It is going to display as a my website one. Okay, our index file is ready, which is having some content. Now I want to start this server, HTTPD server. What is the command? Sudo systemctl start HTTPD. Sudo systemctl start HTTPD. That means our HTTP server is getting started. Can we check the status of it? Sudo systemctl status of HTTPD. Now, can I say what is the status? It is active, it is running. Active and it is running. Can we access this instance now? Go outside. Let's access this IP. Let's access this IP. Is it accessible or it is not accessible? Is it accessible or it is not accessible?
Not accessible.
It is not accessible. Why it is not accessible now?
Inbound rules we need to confirm.
Can you access our EC2 server now? Can you access our server? We cannot. It is not allowing. Why it is not allowing? Why it is not allowing?
Security group is not added.
Security group is not added. So now currently only SSH port can connect to our EC2. Now let's go here. Actions, instance settings, network, go to action button, go to network button, change security groups. Here guys, there are several predefined security groups are available. See them, which one is added for that? Which group is added currently? 17th group is added. Yes or no? Can I say 17th group is added by default? When I'm creating my project, it added 17th security group for our EC2 instance. Okay, let's go to EC2 dashboard. There you can find one option called security groups. Can you see one option called security groups here? Go to security groups. See the option called 17th security group. This is the 17th security group which is added. Open this security group. Now, can you see what are the rules that are available? Inbound rules are available. Edit inbound rules. HTTP inbound rule is available. And HTTP inbound rule is available. SSH inbound rule is also available. Edit HTTP rule. Add this rule HTTP 80 custom 00. Save the rule.
Sir, can we not give HTTPS?
Currently, we are not using HTTPS. Currently, we are not using that HTTPS certification. Currently, we are using only HTTP protocol.
Okay.
Okay. Currently, we are using only HTTP protocol, not HTTPS protocol. Okay. Now, 17th security group is available for our EC2. Guys, 17th security group is our HTTP group, our security group, or it is a predefined security group given by Amazon. Is it by our default security group or it is security group given by default? Default it is given by default. By default. Now, can we create our own security group and can we add that group to our EC2?
Yes, we can.
We can, right? Now, we can create one security group. Create a security group. I'm creating my Linux security group. I'm giving the name as my Linux security group. Let me add the same thing. Do we have any inbound rules and outbound rules for that now? Do we have any inbound rules and outbound rules for our security group? No. Let's add the rule. First, I'm going to add one inbound rule. What is that? SSH. Why we are adding SSH? So that by using SSH protocol, we can connect to our EC2. And what is the next one we want to add?
HTTP.
HTTP we want to add. We want to allow the HTTP traffic. Any side AR block, that's fine. Inbound rule. Are we writing any outbound rules? Currently, we are not writing any outbound rules. Okay. SSH protocol, HTTP protocol, we are allowing. SSH protocol, HTTP protocol, we are allowing for our EC2. Go to EC2 dashboard, instances, action, network, change security group. Now, can I add my security group now? Instead of that, can I add my security group? Yes or no?
Yes.
My Linux security group I'm adding. Assign that security group for our EC2. Assign that security group for EC2. Now, am I able to access my website? So, can you hit this URL? Can you hit this URL, guys? First, can you hit this URL now?
Yes, sir.
So that means what request you are sending to my machine?
HTTP request we are sending.
HTTP request you are sending. So is it allowing the HTTP request now or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is allowing.
It is allowing the HTTP request. It is allowing the HTTP request because I created one custom security group. In that custom security group, I have added two inbound rules. One is SSH protocol I opened. Another one is HTTP protocol I opened. So now can I say my project is running in the web server now?
Yes.
Guys, with this, can I say that my project is running on the web server now? Anybody
Yes.
having doubts? Anybody having doubts in this process? My project is running in the EC2.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, sir.
As you said, when we are creating the instance, when we are launching the instance, in the user data, when we give the commands as a script commands, bootstrapping commands,
Yes.
but they are not working, sir. Like
Yeah, I will
sudo
check that.
system-
I will check it, sir. I will check it. Why they are not working? I will try that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sure. So as of now, you understand now how to create an instance, how to install a web server, how to
Yeah, sir.
launch a website, how to add
Yes,
a
sir.
custom security group, how to open SSH port and a HTTP port for your instance.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We
sir.
understood. We
sir.
understood that, right? Very good. So now, can I call this machine as a one server?
Yes.
Can I call this machine as one server now?
Yes,
When you send a request to this machine IP, my website is loading. That means my web server is processing my request. I'm getting the response from my web server, which is running in my EC2. So today, guys, I have created one static HTML file. I have created one static HTML file here, and the static HTML file is opening. Static HTML file I have created. Static HTML file is opening. So tomorrow, developers will give you one project. Tomorrow, developers will give you one project. Then what is your duty once the developers give you the code of the project? What you need to do?
sir.
Come on.
We need to add those files in where www HTML folder.
Exactly. Whatever the code that developers are going to give you, that code you need to keep in the web server, and you need to add the security group for the web server so that people can access your website. Samjay. Now today, which file is loading is simple. A simple one HTML file is loading. So tomorrow in the company, are you going to create a EC2 instance with this file, or you are going to keep the files which are given by the development team? Come on, guys. Are you going to keep the files like this, or you are going to keep the files which are given by the developers?
Given by the developer.
Tomorrow, as a DevOps engineer, what you need to do is you need to create a EC2 instance by using AWS Cloud, and you need to set up the security group for that EC2 instance. You need to install the web server in the EC2 instance, and the developers will give you some files. You need to keep those files in the EC2 instance, and you need to make sure the project is running successfully. That is your deployment task. The process of taking the code from the developers and keeping in the web server is called as deployment. The process of taking the code from the development team and keeping that code in the web server is called as deployment. Now, where you are doing the deployment? In the server. Where is your server? In the EC2. Where is that EC2 server? In the data center. Where is the data center? Mumbai. What is that Mumbai? Mumbai is a region. Now, so do you understand what is your duty in the real time as a DevOps engineer? What is your duty in the real time as a DevOps engineer? Are you guys getting my point now?
Yes.
We have created EC2 instance. Now let me write it. Login into AWS account. Create EC2 instance. Okay. Connect to EC2 instance using putty. Install web server. Keep website files. It may be one file or two files. Index.html will be only one, guys. Index.html is the welcome file. All the remaining HTML files will be accessed from the index.html only. Right now, if you see, whenever you access Ashok IT website, which page is loading by default? Home page is loading. This is called Ashok IT website index.html. When you click on services or when you click on online training, what is happening? Another page is loading or not? When I click on training schedules, another page is loading or not? How you are loading those pages? From the index.html only, you are navigating to those pages. That means website contains one HTML file or website contains multiple HTML files. Come on,
multiple
guys.
Multiple HTML files.
Website contains multiple HTML files. Where all those HTML files will be configured? In the index.html. How many index.html files will be available for your website? Only one index.html file will be available. The remaining HTML files will be accessed from the index.html. Okay. Keep website files in var www.html. Okay. Then start the web server. Configure security groups for EC2 instance. Configure security groups for EC2 instance. So that means what you are doing here, guys. What is the task that you are doing here? What is the task? Are you developing the website or you are deploying the website?
Deploying the website.
Who is doing the development here? Developers are going to do the development. You are doing deployment. This is called as deployment process. This is called as website deployment. Right. As a DevOps engineer, we are going to perform deployment activity in the project. As a DevOps engineer, we will perform deployment activity. As a DevOps engineer, we will perform deployment activity in the project. Website will be given by development team. Website files will be developed by development team. Website files will be developed by development team. You no need to worry about the development. Whenever work is starting, before the development or after the development? Come on, guys.
After the development.
Sometimes parallelly. Sometimes what will happen in the companies, when the project is getting started, they will ask you to set up the server and give the server details. Sometimes whenever the project development is starting, they will ask you to set up the server and give the server details. Server details. Got it? Now, here, can I deploy 2 websites in one web server? Can I have 2 index.html files or only one?
Only one.
Only one. One server, one project. In one server, we are going to deploy one project. You got it? Fine. Okay. Yeah,
So,
Prakash. Yep,
yeah,
Prakash.
so yeah. So 7 number point configure security groups. So can we this activity during creation of EC2 instance after that?
Yeah, we
means
can do
third
that.
point?
We can do
No?
that also. After the third point also, you can do this step. No
Okay,
problem.
okay.
Right? Based on protocols. Which protocols you want to allow? Which protocols we want to allow? Based on the protocols, you can configure the security group. When you can create the security group, at the time of EC2 creation only, you can create the security group and you can add it, or at the end also you can do it. That's not a problem. So whatever the activity I have done, can I say this activity is a deployment activity? Guys, can you tell me, can I say this activity is a deployment activity?
Yes.
Yes, we can say this activity as a deployment activity. Okay, now your project development is completed, your project deployment also completed, people are accessing your website. Are you able to access my website which I have developed now? Guys, are you able to access the website which I have developed now?
Yep. Yes.
Yes, you are able to access my website. Okay, now here, let me show you this diagram. Let me show you this diagram. Everyone in this class, almost 73 people are available. You all are able to access my website that is running inside a server. This is my server. Inside this server, my website is running. Where is this server available? Where is this server available? This server is available in the EC2. Can I say that? This server is available in the EC2 now? So this is my EC2 service. This is my EC2 service. In this EC2, I am having one server. Inside that server, my website is running. Inside that server, my website is running. Okay, now tell me guys, my website became very popular in the market. My website became very popular in the market. Then what will happen if my website became very popular in the market? Come on. If my website became very popular in the market, what will happen? So many people will access my website or not?
Yes.
So many people will access my website or not?
RPM will increase.
Request per minute is going to increase. Now here, there are so many clients are there who trust our business. They are accessing our website. They are performing the operation. My website is a, for example, assume that ticket booking website. My website is a ticket booking website. Our development team has done the development for the ticket booking. So many clients are booking the tickets by using our website. Then what will happen? All the requests are coming to the server or not?
Yes.
All the people are accessing the same website or not? All the people are accessing same website. If all the people access the same website, then what is the problem? What is the problem? Can you see any problem here?
Yes.
Can
Our
you see any
EC2,
problem here?
our EC2 server will not be able to process all the requests.
Our website is running in one server and everybody accessing the same server. Our website is running in one server. Our website is running in one server.
One server. Yeah.
Everybody accessing same server. Everybody accessing the same server. Everybody sending the request. Everybody sending the request to same server. Everybody sending request to same server.
Burden will increase.
Exactly. Now load will increase. Load will increase on server. Load will increase on server. If load increases, server might get crash. Server might get crash. Or response will be, the server might get crash. So these all are the problems if you deploy our website in the single server. Are you guys able to understand? What are the problems if I go for this approach? What are the problems if I go for this approach? Request 1, request 2, request, something like this. Request number, this request is coming. So all the requests are going to same server or not? All the requests are going to same server. If all the requests are going to the same server, then burden will increase on the server. Guys, able to understand? Able to understand? If all the requests are going to the same server, load will increase on the server. If load increases, server might get crash. Server might get crash. To overcome this problem, we have to reduce burden on the server. We have to reduce burden on the server. To reduce burden on the server, we have to distribute the load. To reduce burden on the server, we have to distribute the load. We have to distribute the load. To distribute the load, we will use load balancing. What is that, guys? To distribute the load, we will use which concept? Load balancer. What is that concept, guys? Load balancer. It is called as ELB. It is called as ELB. So now we are able to deploy one website in the server successfully. We are able to deploy the website in the server successfully. We are able to configure the security group. My website is running successfully. Everybody able to access my website. But what is the issue? Now I have given my website URL for you. What you are doing? You are hitting that URL. When you hit that URL, what is happening? Response is coming. All you guys are accessing the same server. So all your requests are going to same server. If all the requests are going to same server, burden will be increased on the server. How can we reduce that burden? To reduce burden on the server, we have to distribute the load. To distribute the load, we will use load balancer concept that is called as ELB. Now, what I am going to do now is, here I am going to create two servers, guys. Instead of one server, what I will do? I will take two servers. I will keep my website in the two servers. Which is server 1 and server 2. This is my website. Similarly, I'm going to take one more server called server 2. Inside the server 2 also, I'm going to keep my website. So in how many servers my website is running now?
Two.
In two servers, my website is running. So can I say EC2 instance 1, EC2 instance 2? Can I say that these are instance, this is instance 1? Can I say this is instance 1? And can I say this is instance 2? Come on, guys.
Yes.
Instance 1 and instance 2.
Sure.
Now, for instance 1, one IP will be available. For instance 2, another IP will be available. Both instances IP is the same, or both instances IP will be different. This is the IP address of the first instance. Are you guys getting my point now? Guys, please speak out.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys getting my point? Subject is
sir.
very interesting. Interesting
Yes,
topic
sir.
or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Instant. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Right?
Yep.
So I have a server. Inside that server, I have a website. For that server, we have one IP. Now, what I am doing is, if I keep only one server to run my application, burden will be increased on the server. To reduce that burden, what I am going to do is, I'm going to launch one more instance, guys. Observe carefully. Same process. I'm going to launch one more instance. I'm launching micro instance. Number of instances I'm taking only one. Storage, I don't want to change anything. I want to go with the default storage. Tags also, I'm not adding anything. Security group is available. SSH protocol is available by default. If you want, select an existing security group. What are the existing security group? Can I add my security group which I have created? Guys, can I add my
Yes,
security
yes.
group?
Yes,
Yes, we can
sure.
add.
Yes, we can.
What are the protocols available?
HTTP.
SSH available, HTTP
HTTP.
available. Okay, review and launch. Okay, whatever I have selected, everything is fine. Then click on launch. Do I need to create the key pair, or I can use the existing key pair?
We can
We
use
can
it.
use
We
Existing.
can
Previous
use the
one.
existing key pair. Launch
Yeah.
instance. Launch instance. My instance is launched. Now let's go to here. So there are two instances are available. Let me give this instance name as AWS DevOps VM2. That is I have created today. And the existing one I'm giving as VM1. So total there are two instances available. AWS DevOps VM2. So can I say that there are two instances are running now?
Yes.
VM1 and VM2. VM1, we have launched the website already in the VM1. That instance is already running. Instance is already running. In the VM2, do we have the server or we don't have a server in the VM2?
We
No,
don't
sir.
have a server.
We don't have a server. Can we install the server in the VM2 also? Can we host
Yes.
one website in the VM2 also?
Yes, we can host.
Yes, we can host it now.
Yeah.
Yes. So how can I host it now? By logging into Putty. Now, so do I need the same connection or I need a new connection? New session.
New connection.
New
New
session.
session. New session. Now, guys, see here how I am opening the new session. I'm right clicking on this white color bar. Right clicking on this white color bar. I'm taking new session. I'm taking new session. So take this IP of the guys. Check it. This checkbox selection is very important. I'm selecting the VM2 checkbox. I'm copying this IP. I'm going to here. Give this IP address, SSH, auth, select the key file, go to appearance, change this to bold 20, okay, open, accept. What is this? EC2 user. I want to install a web server. I should connect as a super user, sudo super user. Now let's do sudo yum update -y packages, existing packages I want to update. Nothing to update. Next one, sudo yum. What is the command to install a HTTP server? Sudo yum install -y HTTPD. I'm installing one HTTPD server. I'm installing a web server in my second instance also. It is installed. It is installed. Can you check that information? Sudo info HTTPD. Yum info HTTPD. Yes, Apache 2. Sorry, HTTPD server, Apache HTTP server is installed. It is a web server which is used to run the web application. Then go to cd space var space www space HTML. Okay. Now I want to create one file. What is the file name? What is the file, guys?
Index.html.
Index.html. My website 2. What I am going to display here? My website 2. Now, in the instance 1, what is coming in the instance 1? My website 1. Here, can you see cat index.html? Cat index.html. Can you see my website 2 is coming here?
Yes, sir.
My website 2 is coming here. Can we start the server? Sudo systemctl start HTTPD. I want to start the server. Can you check the status? Sudo systemctl status HTTPD. Is my server is running state now? Is my server is running state now? Server is running state. Can you access this IP? Can you access this IP?
Yes.
What is coming in this IP now?
My website too.
My website 2. So IP1 is giving what? My website 1. IP2 is giving what? My website 2. Very good. So how many instances are running now?
2 instances.
2 instances are running. That means, can I say 2 instances are running in my account?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I say my website is running in the 2 instances now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So why I am running my website in the 2 instances now?
Decrease the load.
Burden reduce.
Decrease the burden
Correctly,
load.
correct. I don't want to send all the requests to single server because load will be increased on the server. To reduce the burden on the server, I'm deploying my web application in the two instances, server 1, server 2. Server 1 IP is different, server 2 IP is different.
Yes.
Now, can I tell to people, hey, if you want to access my website, in the morning, you access ashokit1.in. In the evening, you access ashokit2.in. Can I say like this?
No.
No.
Two servers are there, na? My website running in two servers, na?
Yes.
Two IP addresses are there or not?
Yes.
So are you going to give the two URLs to client? Morning
No.
ye URL use
No,
karo,
no, no, no,
evening
no.
ye
It's a
URL use
bad,
karo.
bad
No.
practice.
It is a bad practice. It's a bad practice. Two servers means two IP addresses are available or not?
Yes.
Now we will never give two URLs to the client to access our application, guys. So what we need to do is we need to configure one ELB here. What we need to configure here?
ELB load balancer.
ELB, elastic load balancer.
Elastic load balancer. Elastic load balancer. What I will do with this elastic load balancer? Server 1 will be configured. Server 2 will be configured for the load balancer. Server 1 will be configured. Server 2 will be configured for the load balancer. Now, load balancer is also a one server, right? Load balancer is also a one server or not?
Yes.
Load balancer is also a one server. So the load balancer contains how many instances now?
Two.
For two instances, we have created one load balancer. Can I create a load balancer for 10 instances also?
Yes, we can.
Right. Now, users are going to send the request to server 1, server 2, or users will send the request to the load balancer.
Load balancer.
Load balancer.
Users will send the request to the load balancer. Now, that load balancer is having my website.
No.
Where is the website available?
Server 1 and server 2.
What is the duty of the load balancer here?
To distribute the
To
load.
distribute the load to
Distribute the
the
load to
Manage
server
the
1
traffic.
and server 2. How the load balancer will distribute? Load balancer will distribute by using round robin methodology.
Round robin mechanism.
First request will go to server 1, second request will go to server 2, third request will go to server 1, fourth request will go to server 2, fifth request will go to server 1, sixth request will go to server 2. That is called round robin methodology. One after other, it is going to distribute the load. Can we configure the load balancer for our servers now to get the practical knowledge?
Yeah. Yes,
Chalo.
so. Yeah.
Chalo, let's start. Now, let's go to the CC2. Here, can you see a concept called load balancer?
Yes, sir.
Can you see a concept called load balancer? Create the load balancer. Click on the load balancer. It's loading. It's loading, guys. Do I have any load balancer here?
No.
Do I have any load balancer now? I don't have any load balancer. Create load balancer. Create the load. There are several types of load balancers are available. For free tier load balancer, I'm going to use classical load balancer. It will support for HTTP, HTTPS, and TCP protocols. I'm going to create the previous generation load balancer. What is it is asking? What it is asking? You give some name for the load balancer. You give some name for the load balancer. Can I say my website ELB? Can I give the name? Any name you can give, man. Any name you can give. So can I give the name as my website ELB?
Yes, we can.
What is the protocol we are opening for that?
HTTP.
80. Okay. Security group. Default VPC security group is available. If you want, you can add the our Linux security group. By default, already HTTP is available for that. You no need to do that. Let us go with the default. If it is not working, then we can add. Next up, configure security group. Okay. Security group, we are not doing anything. Configure health check. By default, it is using index.html. Default values only I'm using. I'm not changing anything. What is the next step, guys? What is the first step? Define the load balancer. What is the second step? Assign the security group. What is the third step? Configure security group. What is the fourth step? Configure the
health check.
We'll talk about all these things. What is the next step?
Add
EC2 instances. Yes.
Do you have EC2 instances now?
Yeah.
How many EC2 instances? How many servers are there to run our application?
Two servers.
Can I select these two servers?
Yes.
Can I have 10 servers also?
Yes.
I just need to check the checkboxes. Go to add tags. Do you really need to add the tag?
No.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
review and create. Whatever you have selected, we can see here and click on what? Create. Successfully created the load balancer. Successfully created the load balancer. What is the name of the load balancer? My website
ELB.
My website ELB. Okay, the load balancer is created. The load balancer is created. Okay, come down here. Come down here. Does that load balancer having a DNS name? The load
Yes.
balancer having a DNS name?
Yes.
Can I take this DNS name?
Yeah.
Can I take this DNS name? Yes, I have taken this DNS name. Guys, observe carefully. Now I am hitting my server URL or I am hitting my DNS URL.
DNS URL.
My ELB. Am I hitting the server 1 URL, server 2 URL or ELB URL?
ELB URL.
Observe carefully. Click on this. It is not working. It is not working. Is this URL is accessible or not accessible?
Not accessible.
Not accessible.
Secured.
What could be the reason?
Security.
Security group.
Edit instance. Edit a security group. What could be the reason? Edit security group.
Security
Can I
group.
add our security group now?
Yes.
Yes. Click on save. Security group is added. Now go here. Refresh. Is it working? Still,
Not
it
yet.
is not working. Let's check it. What is the issue? Instances. 2 instances are added. Health check is available. Listeners are there. Monitoring is there. Tags are there. Migration, description, ELB. Our ELB is having the URL. DNS name is there. Status 2 instances are in the use. Availability zones. Stickers are there. Security groups are there. All the details we configured as it is. It should work, guys, actually. No.
I think in the security group, we need to give this security group, the load balancer security group for the instances.
No. Edit security groups. I have given my security group, right? We have given the same security group for our both instances. Save it. Yes.
Yeah, it's working.
But what happened, guys? There is
Default
a
download.
there is a
Yeah, yeah.
overlap in the security group. Earlier,
Yes.
earlier what happened here?
Yeah, we selected.
Default security group is available and our custom security group is also available. It got confused.
Confused.
It got
Yeah.
confused.
Confused. It
So
got-
now what I am doing now, I'm giving only my security group. I'm
Yes.
giving only my security group. This is my DNS URL, ELB URL. When I send a request to ELB, which server is giving the response?
Second server. Second instance.
Second instance. Now
Yeah.
send one more request. Second instance. One more request.
Third instance. Yeah. First instance, we can say it's a round
Now-
robin mechanism.
Now, can you see this request is changing from server 1, server 2, or all the requests are going to one server?
Yeah, request is changing. Server what?
Now-
Server to server.
Distributing request to the two
You
server.
can experience this load balancing now. Hit that URL.
Sir, can we change that DNS URL name?
That is Route 53.
No, can you change that URL name?
Yeah, that is what, sir. Route 53 we used to change that. Now you want to use this URL as ashokit.in, na?
Yeah.
Something like this. Your website.com, your website.in. That we will do in the Route 53 service.
Okay.
No. Are you guys?
So now,
One second. Are you guys able to hit that URL?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ashok. Yeah.
Request is always going to single server. Request is going to the different servers. Every time request is going
Different.
to different server.
Different.
Every time request is going to the different server.
Different server.
Now, can I say this is my DNS URL? Yeah. Can I say this is the URL of my website now?
Yes, sir.
Can I say this is the URL of my website? So for the people, do you really need to give your server URLs or you need to give the LBR URL?
LB URL.
LBR URL. People are going to send the request to which servers now? Are they going to send the
LBR.
request to the normal server or they are going to send the request to the LBR?
LBR.
LBR. Now do you understand how the Flipkart website is running even though crores of people are accessing?
By using
Yes.
load
That's
balancer.
through LBR. Basically, we are hitting.
Now
the
tell me,
Flipkart.
does the end user know that how many servers are there in the LBR?
No.
If I give this, now you are in this session today, so you know that I have 2 servers in the LBR.
Hmm.
If you absent for today, do you know that? You only know that, array, Sir deployed one website in the server, we are able to access that website. But आपको ना तो पता नहीं चलेगा कितना servers पे हमारा website run हो रहा है in the background. End users don't know how many servers we have for our project. For end users, we are going to give what? We will give only LBR URL.
LBL URL.
When user send a request to the LBR URL, it is distributing the load in the round robin fashion. First request is going to the first server, second request is going to the second server, third request is going to the first server, fourth request is going to the second server. 2 servers are there. You can increase the number of servers, guys. That is EC2. EC2 means elastic. You can create any number of instances you want. Can I deploy my project in the 100 instances now?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Can I create my project in the 100 instances now?
Yes, sir. We can do.
Yes, we can. We can
This
create.
is called load balancing. Now, do you understand what is load balancing? Practical. Now, guys, simple. Whenever Java programmers attend the interview, definitely they will ask this question. How do you will distribute the load of your application? Those people will not be able to answer that question because they are developers. If those guys knows this concept, can you imagine how they can crack the interviews? Samjay, development side, and this is a development, this is a operation.
No, this is operation.
This is deployment side, we can say.
This is a development task, this is an operation task.
Operation.
Operation
task. This is an operation task. Setting up the instance, installing the server, deploying the website, setting up the load balancer, configuring the security groups. This is called operation side. Now, do you understand what a DevOps engineer will do in the company?
Yeah, hi sir. Actually, in my side, one doubt is there.
Yeah, please.
Sir, actually, suppose one example in Flipkart, actually, normal day people are using 50,000 request is coming. Okay?
I understand your question, man. Let me come to here. Can you see there is a concept?
Yes.
What is the meaning of this?
And no need to create any instance.
Auto scaling groups.
Auto scaling means if you enable this auto scaling, automatically it will add the instances. Automatically it will add the instances, but वो बहुत costly service है भाई.
Okay. Yeah, but sir, in PCF actually automatically we need to add instance is required, then automatically when request is then automatically instance
will be created on that time.
Yes, right. If more traffic is coming, automatically server will be added. If the traffic is reduced, automatically server will be removed.
Yes.
Big billion day hota hai na? Big billion day.
Big billion day. Yeah.
That's where auto scaling comes into picture.
But sir, this one is actually real time. Which approach sir actually uses? Means actually we need to create the instance or load balancer is handling, or actually auto scaling is required.
Sir, generally, I mean, whenever you are developing your application, you understand. If you are a social media applications, they cannot guess how many people can access in a day. They will keep auto scaling. Okay. If it's a normal website, then we'll go for 10 servers or 15 servers like that.
Okay, sir.
Right.
So what if someone try to access through security group, public IPv4, sir? No. Suppose if I'm accessing through the instance on public IPv4.
Public IPv4. I mean, simple example, sir. Here we are accessing through website. We are accessing through public IP. Are you going to expose that public IP to the people?
No.
We don't expose. Then how people will know about your IP? We are going to configure the private IPs for that. We don't configure public IP for that. We are going to configure private IP for that. We'll talk about IP addresses, public IP, private IP, elastic IP. We'll come to IP address. Today, I just want to demonstrate on the ELB to give you that feel how load balancing will work in the real time.
So if any possibility, suppose instance one is down. Server one is down.
Now I will do that now. Now only I will do that.
Okay.
One more doubt is my side.
Yeah, hold on, sir. Let me show you that now. What I am doing here, I'm accessing the ELB.
Yep.
So how it is happening now? What is happening now?
Request basically move to one server to another, or maybe something, right?
Yeah, request is distributing among the two servers.
Two servers. Yep.
Ek kam karo. Let's go to our server one instance. Can I stop it?
Yes, might be down. Yeah.
It is stopped. Now my website is running in how many servers?
Only one.
Website is running in how many servers now?
One server.
Only
One
one
server.
server. Let it stop. Let it stop. It's taking some time to stop.
Sir, also we can remove
Yeah,
the...
it got stopped, sir. It got stopped. Now go to load balancer. Go to load balancer. Does that load balancer knows about our server stop?
Yes.
Load balancer knows about our server stop. Can it detect that?
Out of service.
Yes, out of service we can see. Yeah.
Can I say it is intelligent now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now send the request. Every request is going to which server?
Second server.
Server 2. Server 2.
Why only
Instance 2.
server 2?
Because
You can-
instance
you can
1 is
hit-
down.
You can hit that. You can hit that URL now. You can hit that URL now. क्या हुआ?
Only one.
Only 2.
Your request is going to...
If your server is down, do you really need to do anything?
No.
No.
Why? That is the beauty of the AWS, guys.
Yes. Got
That's
it.
the beauty of the AWS.
Sir, what is it? Server side load balancing or?
Server side only, na?
Yes.
It is server side load balancing.
Yeah, can we do for client side load?
Client side load balancing that you have to do in the Spring Cloud. Application side हम करते हैं ना, ये server side का load balance.
Okay. Means you are saying Revin load balancing is like
Ribbon. Yes.
Ribbon.
Yeah, that is client side. That is client side. Java ka client side.
Java client side. Yes. Spring Boot regarding.
Sir, actually, one more doubt here.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, here everything every time is index.html file is read, but whenever we are doing Java application, then we need to deploy the jar file. Okay, sir. Then how actually?
Yes, sir. I will come to that point, sir. Now I am not talking about the Java deployments. Na? Now I am talking about Java website deployment. When it comes to the Java deployment, I will tell you how to deploy the jars.
Okay, sir.
How to deploy the jars, how to deploy the bars. We will come to that also.
So,
Project-based training, I will come to that level. Now, if I talk about the Java deployment now, non-Java people cannot understand that concept.
yes.
That's the reason I'm
the
not
point.
taking that. Yes.
Okay. No, sir, no Java. Sir, means every application jar file will prepare on the backend side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll come to that. I will tell you. No, in that scenario, how to handle, I will come to that point. I'll come to that point. Okay. So you are Java developer, I am Java developer. If we both talk now, other people will get mad.
Yeah, sir.
No, sir. All are Java developers mostly.
No, sir. There are some non-Java people also.
Non-Java people also available, sir.
Yeah, so sir, there is one doubt. Actually, on Sunday we have see that demo S3 storage.
Yeah.
So why we are using the S3 storage? Because we download that project in the EC2 instance.
Yes, sir. I will come to that point. Sir, S3 is not started for us. Na? Once EC2 completed, I will come to S3.
Sir, please write wait server installation command in the notepad. Actually, here.
Yeah, we have configured LBR for 2 instances. When we hit LBR, it will distribute load to 2 instances in round robin methodology. It will distribute the load to instance 1 and instance 2, I1 and I2 instances in the round robin methodology. Got it? If we stop one instance, all the requests will go to the remaining instance. Note, if I1 is down, then all requests will go to I2 only. Do I really need to do anything for that if server 1 is down? Do I really need to do anything if the server 1 is down?
No,
if the server 1 is
do anything.
Then load balancer is going to take care of the request distribution to the second server. So in the real time, do you think that our project will be running in 1 or 2 instances or in the 10 instances? Minimum 10 they are going to
minimum 10 instances.
Minimum 10 the instances or they are going to take. You got it? Can you guys practice this, guys?
Yes, Ashok, sure.
And good. One more thing, guys. I'm sorry, tomorrow I'm taking a leave. Tomorrow my nephew first birthday is there, so I'm going to my home. Tomorrow
Okay.
evening, I cannot join the class. We will have the class on Saturday. Sorry,
Sure.
Friday. Friday.
Sure, Ashok, sure.
No class tomorrow. Please practice this LBR concept today. That's the reason I have taken some long time to complete this concept.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, please write the command actually web server.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I will ping those commands in the chat box.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
And sir,
Sir,
please
farming
upload
on-
all the video and notes today, because tomorrow if we need, then we need to check one more time also.
Sure, man. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Good. Thank you, guys. I will see you again on Friday session.
సార్
So
మార్నింగ్
please-
ఉందా సార్ క్లాస్ మనకి
ఏ క్లాస్
స్ప్రింగ్
అండి?
బూట్ సార్
లేదండి,
Spring Boot, sir.
రేపు నా క్లాస్ లేదండి. రేపు స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ 16 SBMS లేదు, 19 JRTP కూడా లేదు. Tomorrow,
ఓకే ఓకే సార్
new Java project demo session is available tomorrow. The regular 2 classes are not there, and evening our DevOps class is also not there. We have our class from Friday. Friday we have our class.
ఓకే సార్ నో ప్రాబ్లం
So before,
ఎంజాయ్ సార్
yeah, before coming to Friday, you guys should complete the LBR concept. Understand? Yeah, it's very important, guys. It's very important. Thank you. I will see you in the Friday session. Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you, Ashok. Thank you. Good night, Ashok.
Good night.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.